Hello friends. So welcome to Astro Impact channel. So here in this channel we usually discuss about tarot card reading and mainly astrology. What are the effects of different planet in different aspects like house, rasi and sign. And I have made video of all the planets in the all the houses, right? And then after that I have made the planets conjuncts with different planet conjunction as well. So now today we'll start the new series of the karakas, right? There are char karakas, right? So there are char karakas. The highest degree is called Aatmakaraka. The second highest degree is called Amatyakaraka, right? And the very much lowest degree is called Dharakarak. Then you will have Pitrukarak, right? Pitrukarak and then Ganadi Karak. So these are the Karaks, right? So you can see these Karaks are and Bratri Karaks, right? So these are the Karaks planet, right? In the Karaka, we usually don't take Rahu and Ketu, right? However, we take as let's talk about what happens when your highest degree Atmakarak is the sun. So what exactly sun represents? Sun is also represents the soul, and Atmakarak is also a soul Karaka. What is your soul desire? What your Atma is desiring? I mean, what is your soul is desiring, right? So whenever the sun is Atmakarak, right, the highest degree, the soul seeks to develop leadership, confidence, right, integrity, and most important, self-realization. These individuals are destined to learn how to use the power responsibly while inspiring others through their action, not with their words. They want to be proactive whenever they are working. Throughout life, they may also encounter lessons involving authority, father figures, government, right, reputation, and personal identity. For these natives, self-respect is most important thing. They are most disciplined. Like sun, it rises in the fixed time and it sits in the fixed time. Doesn't matter whoever are doing whatever thing, doesn't matter. If it is in good dignity, you can see these people are very much disciplined. Success comes when they lead with the humility rather than ego. They can often drawn towards career in politics, administration, entrepreneurship, public service, or leadership roles can be seen very much prominently, right? Where they can positively influence the society. Spiritually, the soul learns that true greatness comes through service, responsibility, and living according to dharma rather than seeking recognition alone. Whenever sun is your Atmakaraka, my dear friends, you will have natural desire to help the people who are in the need, because sun is the king and you will have the mentality like a king. I need to serve my people. I need to help my public, right? So whenever sun is Atmakaraka, It may boost your ego. But remember, my dear friend, humility only attracts the respect. You can't get a true respect by making someone's fearful, right? So this trait can be seen. These people will have high pitta pravriti. They are very charming, and also you can see in someone in your family could have a government job, or in the future you will work as in the government job. So you will have the like government relationship, right? So this thing can be seen very much prominently whenever you have sun as a Aatmakaraka, right? Okay, now let's go to talk about what happens when moon is your highest degree, when moon is your Aatmakaraka. Let's talk about what are the traits of moon, right? So basically, moon is your emotion, moon is your mind, right? So whenever the moon is your Aatmakaraka, it indicates a soul is seeking emotional wisdom, compassion, nurturing, or inner peace. These people are naturally intuitive. You'll be very intuitive. You know the things before it happens. You can analyze the things before it happens. These people are very much empathetic. Empathetic means stepping in someone's shoes to understand their situation better, and deeply connected to the emotion of others can be seen. Their greatest karmic lesson often involve in family relationship, emotional security, motherhood, caregiving, and learning to balance sensitivity with emotional stability. My dear friends, always remember to balance sensitivity with emotional stability. They may experience emotional highs, lows, ultimately strengthen their inner resilience. These people have fluctuating mind, right? They may experience high emotions and low emotions. That also can give you inner resilience, because you are playing with the emotions every time. So you know what exactly resilience means. Career involving like counseling, healthcare, psychology, education, hospitality, or healing often suits well with them. Also the food industry, right? Food or water industry. Spiritually, the moon Aatmakaraka teaches the genuine happiness arises from emotional balance and kindness and inner contentment rather than external validation, because you want to seek the inner satisfaction, inner comfort, not just outer attraction and charm. These people, when you have like moon as Aatmakarak, you can see people have very charming speech. You can do really well in selling as well, because you know the exactly the emotion of the people. You can speak emotionally, and you can use your emotion appeal to make people comfortable, and you can do your business as well. So this thing can be seen whenever moon is your Aatmakarak, right? Let's talk about what happens when Mars is your Aatmakarak, the highest degree in your chart. Whenever the Mars is your Aatmakarak, the soul mission is of developing courage, discipline, determination, and righteous action. Righteous action is seen very much prominently. These individuals are born to overcome obstacles, through the persistence and fearless effort. Life frequently presents challenges that requires strength, leadership, resilience. They may be drawn towards the career in the engineering, leadership, right? Military service, law enforcement, sports, entrepreneurship, surgery, or technical profession where like decisive action is very much valued. They are overprotective about their family members and their loved ones. They try to protect them. And it is your moral responsibility when Mars is your Aatmakarak. You can see you will be protective. And if you won't be protective, then there is problem. Maybe affliction with this thing. Their karmic lesson is to transform anger into constructive energy. Whenever Mars is your Aatmakarak, transform your anger, frustration into constructive energy and to use for the power for protection rather than showing the dominance. Use your power, authority, physical power to protect the people, not to dominate the people. Spiritually, Mars Aatmakarak teaches that true strength comes from self-mastery, discipline, and courage is guided by wisdom. Right? So, always remember, if you master yourself, if you make yourself so much disciplined, and your courage guided by wisdom, then that gives strength to your Mars. And you can be highly successful person. So this thing can be seen whenever Mars is your Aatmakarak. Whenever Mars is your Aatmakarak, you can see there is high voltage tension, transformer or military, something related to near your house, or someone maybe in your relative or your family member could be come from military background or something that Mars planet resembles. You can see this thing, or in the near future you can choose the career related to your Aatmakaraka, right? Okay, let's talk about what happens when Mercury is your Aatmakarak. Whenever Mercury is your Aatmakarak, it signifies the soul is seeking knowledge, communication, adaptability, right? And intellectual growth, right? And intellectual growth can be seen. These individuals are naturally curious, constantly strive to understand the world around them. They often excel in education, writing, teaching, journalism, business, technology, law, consulting, research, or public speaking. Throughout the life, right, they learn from very important lesson about communication, honesty, decision making, right, and making lifelong learning. Their intelligence became most powerful when they used to educate and uplift the others. Because whenever Mercury is your Aatmakarak, you try to be very much critical about things, very detail oriented. You want to snatch the skin out of the flesh, right? Their intelligence became most powerful when used to educate and uplift others rather than to manipulate the information, right? If your knowledge is not used for others, like educating others, and just you are using just for sake of manipulation, that can be destructive. Manipulating the information, lying the things, that cannot work really well, right? Okay, spiritually, Mercury Atmakaraka teaches that wisdom grows through curiosity, humility, and effective communication. We have to always try to do effective communication rather than being very much critical, very much annoying, and you just want to like push your fact and dominance towards your argument and argument. Don't do that. Try to be humble as possible. You know many things, but it doesn't mean that you are knowledgeable. Information is not knowledge, but understanding it well can give you the great wisdom. That's why Mercury Atmakaraka, you have to understand this thing, right? Whenever you have also Mercury Atmakaraka, you can be really great in math, auditing, and this field can be CA, you can be CA or something like that. This field can be much suitable for you. All right. So let's talk about Jupiter as your Atmakaraka. One of the most benefic planet is your Atmakaraka. You can be highly knowledgeable. You will have lots of knowledge, wisdom. The soul indicates that highest purpose revolve around the wisdom, ethics, spirituality, teaching, and service to humanity can be seen. This individual naturally seeks truth, justice, higher knowledge. They often become mentor, teacher, professor, counselor, judge, religious leader, philosopher, or advisor. Right? Their life lessons involves balancing the faith with practical wisdom. Don't blindly believe. Also, you should have practical knowledge, right? Then only you can do great, because Jupiter will give you over optimism. Sometimes if you don't balance this thing, that can make you crazy about things, right? Okay, while avoiding ignorance and self-righteousness can be something you have to be very much careful about. Avoid ignorance and being very self-righteousness. Okay, I am very much like Punya Atma, I am doing this. No, honey. You have to remember the things that every says sadhu has the past. Every monster, devil, Gunda has the future. To be righteous, to be ethical, to be spiritual. So you can't self be righteousness, right? So they are blessed with optimism and generosity, but must remember that knowledge should always be accompanied with humility. Knowledge should always accompanied by humility. If it is you are not humble enough, that knowledge is nothing but just a ego, a pride, that is waste of your thing, because you are not sharing the knowledge. You are just claiming yourself, oh my God, I know a lot of thing, and in that thing you will destroy yourself. Be humble enough, teach others, then people will respect you. So spiritually, Jupiter Atmakarak teaches that true fulfillment comes from sharing wisdom and living according to dharma. Always follow the dharma, live according to the dharma. Then this Jupiter Atmakarak can be a great boon for you, right? Alright, let's talk about Venus as a Aatmakaraka. So, whenever the Venus is your Aatmakaraka, you will see your soul desire is to seeking harmony, love, beauty, creativity, meaningful relationship, romantic relationship. You will have refined taste. You want to wear branded clothes. You don't care about money. You want to spend a lot of money. You will always indulge in pleasure. You want to, you are naturally drawn towards art, music, design, luxury, fashion, entertainment, counseling, hospitality, or creative profession can be seen. Their karmic lesson often involve in the relationship, emotional balance, and self-worth. And understanding that difference between temporary pleasure and lasting happiness. Don't overindulge yourself in the extreme pleasure. They are here to cultivate unconditional love, compassion, appreciation for beauty in all the aspect of life. You want to see the beauty. The Urdu loves it is been said, husn, the talent, the beauty, right? You want to be appreciator of this husn, right? The beauty, the all aspect of your life. And if you appreciate this, your life will be very much beautiful. Spiritually, Venus Aatmakaraka teaches that genuine love begins within and that true abundance comes from gratitude and emotional maturity. The true love begins from within, from your inner consciousness, inner self. And that's true abundance come from the gratitude. If you express gratitude towards the universe, true abundance will follow you. And emotional maturity is most important thing for the Venus Aatmakara. I know you love luxury, you love branded clothes, music, and all the things. But to my Venusian people, overindulgence in pleasure is also not good. Be moderate about things. See your situation and you can take care about things because you like refined things, right? Always make sure you are grateful, gratitude expressing person and show the emotional like maturity. Now Saturn as Aatmakaraka. Alright, what happens when Saturn is your Aatmakaraka? So Saturn is Aatmakaraka is considered as one of the most karmic significant placement because Saturn represents discipline, responsibility, patience, perseverance, and life lesson on through the experience. Individuals with the Saturn as their Aatmakaraka often face delays, hardship, or significant responsibility earlier in their life that gradually shape their character. Their soul has chosen to learn endurance, humility, integrity, service through the persistent effort can be seen. They frequently excel in government, engineering, law, administration, research, finance, industrial thing, construction, or public service. Success generally arrives later in the life, right? But tends to be very stable and long lasting. Spiritually, Saturn Aatmakaraka teaches that every hardship carries a lesson and that's true success comes through the discipline, patience, unwavering commitment to one's purpose. So you will see whenever this Saturn is your Aatmakaraka, you will be a hardworking person. You will constantly be in the pressure. While eating, you will try to eat very fast. because you will feel very much hurry. If it is afflicted and in this, you will be so much slow. You want to not do the things, you want to procrastinate about things, you will be so much lazy. The negative side is you will be so much lazy, right? But in the opposite, if you follow the discipline, if you have the consistency, and you make complete effort in the daily life, maintain the patience and discipline, you will definitely succeed in the life. Saturn's always delays, but it doesn't deny. In the later stage of life, it will give you the success, and that will be extremely long lasting, and that lasts for generation to generation, right? But it will teach you in the very practical basis. Saturn teaches you by giving the pressure. He doesn't give you by easy learning. He says, have patience, have perseverance, and then I will give you the things. Right? So these are the planets as a Aatmakaraka. We haven't included Rahu and Ketu. Right? Used in some Gemini traditions can be seen, but we usually don't use the Aatmakaraka. Mainly, I have not read it that much of like about Rahu and Ketu being Aatmakaraka. Having said that, they fluctuate every times, and if you have Rahu, anything prominent Rahu, you can see that you will have a strong desire, ambition to be recognized, be famous, and to the shortcut things. And Ketu is a spiritually detached isolation, and they divide the things, right? So my dear friends, you can see these things whenever your specific planet is your Aatmakaraka. We'll meet you in the next video. Till then, please subscribe to our channel. You can write the comment, right? My name is Rishabh Das, and if you want to like contact me, you can of course check it out in the description section, right, in the video section, and in my channel as well, and then you can communicate with me for the furthermore tarot and astrological consultation. Thank you so much. Good wishes. Namah Parvati Pate. Har Har Mahadev. Thank you so much. Take care. Good wishes.